Love is in the air, and Hollywood's finest are giving us all the feels today. We're talking about second chances, rekindled romance, and one of the most beloved actors in the game making moves that have fans absolutely melting. Today's story is all about matters of the heart, and honestly, it's the kind of celebrity news that restores your faith in love. So settle in, because we're about to dive into a romance story that's got everyone rooting for true love to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the rumors are swirling and the evidence is mounting. Michael B. Jordan, our beloved Creed star and certified heartthrob, appears to be back together with his ex-girlfriend Ashlyn Castro. Yes, you heard that right. The couple that had fans shipping them hard before their previous split seems to have found their way back to each other, and honestly, we're here for every single moment of it. This reconciliation news has been building up over the past few weeks, with subtle hints and not-so-subtle clues dropping left and right. But before we get into all the delicious details, let's refresh our memories about who Ashlyn Castro is and what made their original relationship so special. For those who might not be familiar, Ashlyn Castro is a stunning model and social media influencer who originally captured Michael's heart a couple of years ago. She's got that effortless beauty and genuine personality that made her an instant favorite among Michael's fanbase, and trust me, that's not an easy crowd to win over. Ashlyn has built her own successful career in modeling and brand partnerships, and she's never been one to ride on anyone's coattails. She's got her own ambitions, her own goals, and her own incredible work ethic that clearly attracted someone as driven as Michael B. Jordan. What made fans fall in love with their relationship the first time around was how natural and genuine they seemed together. There was none of that forced Hollywood couple energy, just two people who clearly enjoyed each other's company and weren't afraid to show it. When Michael and Ashlyn first got together, it was like watching a real-life fairy tale unfold. Michael, who had been notoriously private about his dating life, seemed to open up in a way that fans had never seen before. He was sharing glimpses of their relationship on social media, bringing her to industry events, and just generally glowing in that way that people do when they're genuinely happy. Ashlyn brought out a different side of Michael, more relaxed, more playful, more willing to share personal moments with his fans. They had this incredible chemistry that translated beautifully both in person and on social media. Their posts together weren't overly curated or trying too hard, they just looked like two people who genuinely enjoyed being around each other. The relationship seemed to bring out the best in both of them. Michael appeared more grounded and happy, while Ashlyn flourished in her own career, using the platform and visibility to showcase her own talents and business ventures. When news broke about their split last year, fans were genuinely heartbroken. It wasn't one of those dramatic Hollywood breakups with public feuds or messy social media drama. Instead, it seemed like a mature decision between two people who cared about each other but were dealing with the pressures of their respective careers and the challenges of maintaining a relationship in the public eye. Both Michael and Ashlyn handled the breakup with incredible class. There were no bitter social media posts, no throwing each other under the bus in interviews, and no petty behavior that we sometimes see when celebrity couples part ways. They simply seemed to step back from their relationship and focus on their individual journeys. Michael threw himself into his work, taking on new projects and continuing to build his production company. Ashlyn focused on expanding her brand and pursuing new opportunities in her modeling career. From the outside, it looked like two mature adults handling a difficult situation with grace and respect. But here's where things get interesting. Over the past month, eagle-eyed fans have been picking up on some very telling signs that Michael and Ashlyn might be finding their way back to each other. It started with small things that could easily be dismissed as coincidence, but when you add them all up, a pretty clear picture starts to emerge. First, there were the location clues. Both Michael and Ashlyn have been posting content from what appears to be the same upscale locations in Los Angeles. We're talking about the same restaurants, the same scenic spots, and even what looks like the same private gym. For two people who supposedly weren't together, they sure seemed to be frequenting a lot of the same places. Then there were the social media interactions that had fans doing double takes. Ashlyn started liking Michael's posts again, not just the professional ones, but the personal, more intimate shots that she used to engage with when they were together. Michael, who's usually pretty selective about his social media activity, began following some of Ashlyn's recent brand partnerships and even shared a story that seemed to reference something she had posted earlier. But the real evidence that got everyone talking came last weekend. Multiple sources spotted Michael and Ashlyn together at a private dinner in West Hollywood. We're not talking about a casual run-in or a friendly catch-up meal. According to witnesses, they were holding hands, laughing together, and displaying all the body language of a couple that's very much back together. The dinner wasn't at some highly visible celebrity hotspot where they might have been putting on a show for the cameras. Instead, it was at an intimate, low-key restaurant known for being a place where celebrities can actually have private conversations without being constantly photographed. This suggests they weren't trying to make a public statement, they were just two people enjoying each other's company. What really sealed the deal for many fans was a photo that surfaced on social media from someone who happened to be at the same restaurant. While the photo is taken from a distance and doesn't show them clearly, you can definitely make out two figures that look suspiciously like Michael and Ashlyn sharing what appears to be a very romantic dinner. The entertainment industry's reaction to this potential reconciliation has been overwhelmingly positive. Colleagues and friends of both Michael and Ashlyn have been notably supportive, with several industry insiders hinting that they always hoped these two would find their way back to each other. One source close to Michael's team mentioned that he's been in an incredibly good mood lately, showing up to meetings with more energy and enthusiasm than he's displayed in months. Similarly, people in Ashlyn's circle have noted that she seems happier and more confident recently, suggesting that whatever's happening in her personal life is having a positive effect. The timing of this reconciliation is particularly interesting when you consider where both Michael and Ashlyn are in their respective careers. Michael has several major projects lined up and seems to be in a more stable place professionally. He's established his production company, he's got a clear vision for his career trajectory, and he's reached a level of success where he can be more selective about his choices. Ashlyn, meanwhile, has really come into her own as a businesswoman and influencer. She's secured some major brand partnerships, expanded her modeling portfolio, and built a solid foundation for her career that doesn't depend on anyone else's success. This independence and self-sufficiency might have been exactly what she needed to feel confident about re-entering a high-profile relationship. So what's different now compared to when they split before? Industry insiders suggest that both Michael and Ashlyn have grown significantly during their time apart. They've had the opportunity to focus on themselves, work through whatever challenges led to their initial breakup, and gain a clearer understanding of what they want in a relationship. There's also the factor of experience. Going through a public breakup and maintaining their dignity and respect for each other probably taught them both valuable lessons about handling relationship pressures while in the spotlight. They now know what works, what doesn't work, and how to better protect their relationship from outside influences. The fan response to news of their potential reconciliation has been absolutely incredible. Social media is flooded with supportive messages, heart emojis, and fans expressing their genuine excitement about seeing these two back together. The comments range from simple expressions of joy to longer posts about how their relationship gives people hope for their own romantic lives. What's particularly touching is how many fans are talking about second chances and the beauty of people finding their way back to each other. In a world where celebrity relationships often seem disposable, Michael and Ashlyn's story represents something deeper and more meaningful. If Michael B. Jordan and Ashlyn Castro are indeed back together, what can we expect moving forward? Based on how they've handled both their relationship and their breakup in the past, we can probably expect them to take things slowly and deliberately. They're likely to be more protective of their privacy this time around, having learned from their previous experience about the challenges of maintaining a relationship in the public eye. We might see fewer social media posts and public appearances initially, as they focus on rebuilding their connection away from the spotlight. But knowing both of their personalities, we can probably expect that when they do decide to go public with their reconciliation, it will be done with the same class and authenticity that characterized their original relationship. This potential reconciliation story resonates beyond just celebrity gossip because it represents something that many people can relate to, the idea that sometimes love deserves a second chance. In a culture that often promotes moving on and finding someone new, Michael and Ashlyn's story suggests that sometimes the right person was there all along, and it just took some time and growth to make it work. Their relationship also represents a more mature approach to celebrity romance, where both parties maintain their individual identities and careers while supporting each other's success. This kind of partnership, where both people are bringing their whole selves to the relationship, is exactly what many fans want to see more of in Hollywood. You know what? Sometimes the best stories are the ones that remind us that love really can conquer all. Michael B. Jordan and Ashlyn Castro getting back together isn't just celebrity news, it's a beautiful reminder that the right people sometimes find their way back to each other, even when the odds seem stacked against them. Whether you're Team Michael and Ashlyn or you're just someone who believes in second chances, this story has something for everyone to appreciate. It's about growth, maturity, and two people who clearly care enough about each other to do the work necessary to make their relationship succeed. What's your take on celebrity couples getting back together? Do you think Michael and Ashlyn have what it takes to make it work this time? Share your thoughts because love stories like this one deserve to be celebrated, and I'd love to hear your perspective on romance, second chances, and everything in between. Keep spreading love, keep believing in happy endings, and keep coming back for more celebrity news that reminds us why we're all just hopeless romantics at heart.